For the bag, got a trunk full of weed and a bottle full of drink. Yeah, I'ma do it for the bag, got a trunk full of weed and a bottle full of drink. Yeah, I'ma do it for the bag, got a trunk full of weed and a bottle full of drink. Yeah, I'ma do it for the bag, got a trunk full of weed and a bottle full of drink.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Question Everything Podcast. You got your boy, Americ Masters, and in today's episode, this is the preview, Week 7, our San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs, a Super Bowl rematch. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I don't know about you guys, but feeling good about the win that we just had in Week 6, 36-24 against the Seahawks. This week has been pretty good. I've been feeling good, getting my coffee in the morning, feeling great, calling all those Niner haters, reminding them, hey, don't count us out. So, yeah, this week's been good. I got to admit, man, we just vibing today, right? So we're getting ready for this very big matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. So to me, I'm ready for it. So like I said, let's jump into it. So right now, you'll notice for the game for Week 6 against the Seahawks, here's a little breakdown, right? So let's go down line by line. So first downs, it was very close, 21-22, right? In favor of the Seahawks. Third downs, 5 of 12 versus 7 of 16. Total yards now, this is a huge difference. 483 total yards for our Niners versus 358, right? Passing yards, 255 versus 306. Rushing yards, 228 versus 50. Now, the biggest stat here, there's two that are very, very good for us, right? A huge improvement from the following week against the Cardinals, all that. So the red zone, 3 of 5. 3 out of 5 is really good, guys. Like, I'm liking how our production going. We're actually getting points on the board when it counts, when we're in that zone, right? That red zone. So we did all right for penalties, 5 penalties for 34. But if you notice here for Seahawks, 9 penalties for 69 yards is a killer, right? Biggest stat here is turnovers. 0 turnovers, guys. I mean, come on, Niners. Let's give it up for our Niners. 0 turnovers. That's the way you guys ball out, guys. Versus 3 for the Seahawks. Time of possession, it's always in the Niners' favor. We know how to control the clock, right? So that's always a good thing. So let's get into a few clips, right? Highlights of the game here. So first off, I mean, our defense has really been doing good. Like in this game, it was like a complete turnaround. Our secondary, right, was like kind of missing in action in the first few games, but they're stepping up now. Jordan Mason, of course, like he's always balling out, finding the hole where he needs to go, right? That's always good, and I hope everything works out for him. He gets back healthy. Juan Jennings right here, open, so many targets. That's what I'm saying. Like, look how many targets we have. That's what makes us deadly, right? But pretty selected Jennings, which was a great pass, so that was good. Right here, Debo for the touchdown. Look at that. Purdy saw him. And the yards after catch. Thank you, Mr. Samuel Sr., for taking it to the house. But here's another angle of it. Really nice. It was a really nice design play. Again, Debo in the open field, like, good luck catching him. I mean, that dude's gone. You know what I mean? So now we're feeling good. We're up, right? At this point, it was like 16-0. Now we're going to score again. It's 22-3. There's Kittle in the corner right there. Right, here's another angle of it. This is in the third quarter. So our offense was connecting. Our defense was too. But look at this punt play right here, right? This is weird. So you'll notice, like, and you guys probably seen this a billion times, but I mean, it's quite obvious that the defender, the Seahawk, actually pushed our special teams guy, the back, which caused that fumble. So for some reason, I don't know how it's not a fumble, right? Should have been our ball. That would have been a game changer because at that point, in the fourth, the Seahawks were climbing back. So that's a wild play right there. And it should have been our ball. It was recovered by Jalen Graham. But moving on, we still keep it going. Ayuk right there for an open pass down the middle, right? And Purdy's able to see the targets. He's getting better. He's not holding on to the ball as much in this game, which is really good to see, right? Here comes our defense again. And they really were getting to Geno Smith, right? Our secondary was making him work, right? So, hey, for our secondary to get a pick like that in there and put us in the red zone automatically, it's a blessing. You know what I mean? So hats off to the defense too. So here we go, Kittle right here. 30 straight to Kittle. Another one that's number 2 for Kittle in the day. So that put us up 29-17 at that point. And then here's Fred Warner doing Fred Warner things, popping out the ball. I mean, dang, Seahawks are lucky that they recovered it. You know what I mean? At that point, it's 4 minutes left in the game. So that could have been a huge one. But here's Garendo. This is finally what I wanted to see. Look at that speed. That's good. He found the open gap and he was able to execute it. That's dope right there. Look at this angle right here. He made something happen, right? He made something happen. It wasn't the biggest gap, but he was able to break through and use his speed. So that's dope. Hats off to our offense. Now, Juice in the red zone. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. No one really thought that Juice was going to run for it. Look at this angle right here. Juice is wide open. So hats off to Kyle for calling this play. Look at that. So I'm feeling good about this, guys. This was really good to see for our offense and defense to gel. So right now you'll notice in the NFC West, we're back in first place at 3-3, right? And since we beat the Seahawks, we hold that first place, right? So now we got to keep it going. We got to keep it going. We can't keep our foot off the gas. We got to keep putting our foot on the gas, full pedal to the metal, right? So here's the NFC standings right here. So you'll notice right now that the Niners are in fourth place in the NFC. So, it's getting tough now. Now we're starting to see who is the real deal and who isn't. Vikings are doing their thing at 5-0, leading the NFC, right? The biggest surprise is the Washington Commanders, 4-2. So this is a pivotal game. So right here, again, is one of the biggest matchups of the season, the Super Bowl matchup, right? And you'll notice the Chiefs are 5-0. And look, I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to be real with you guys. Some of the Chiefs victories are kind of questionable. And I'm just going to be honest. It just seems like the referees are kind of helping them, right? There's a lot of PI calls when it counts in the last minutes. There's a lot of questionable calls again with the officials in the Chiefs' favor. But hey, that's just me as a fan just saying it. So it is what it is, right? But it better not happen in this game at Levi Stadium. This is an important game, right? So you'll notice here for the points for our Niners so far in the season, we scored 162 points. So that equates to roughly about 27 points per game with 6 games played. Now, points against, we gave up 130 points. It's a lot. Normally, our defense is really good at this point of the season. 130 through 6 games is a lot. But I'm sure we're going to start butting it down. Going to get things right. So far, we're giving up 21.7 points. Right. Now, in terms of the Chiefs, their points total for 5 games, because they had a bye, 118. Right. So they're averaging about 23.6 points a game. The points against, they gave up 85. So that's pretty good. So they're averaging about 14 points they're giving up. And again, that's with 5 games played. So what do you guys think about this comparison, right? Mahomes, everyone says Mahomes is the top dog. He's the one, right? The next one that took over for Brady, right, as a great quarterback. And yes, much props to him. I mean, he's doing his thing, right? But if you look at these comparisons, right, it's really in Purdy's favor. So let's go down the lines here, right? QBR 70.3 versus 57.8. Touchdowns and interceptions for the season so far. 9 touchdowns versus uh 4 interceptions. And then for Mahomes, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. In terms of yards, 1,629 versus 1,235. Completion, this is where it's in Mahomes' favor, right? 65.4 versus 69.4, right? Now, the average yard per pass, 8.8, which is really great, right? There was a game, forgot what it was. I think it was against the Rams where Purdy was averaging over 10. So 8.8 is really legit, guys. But for Mahomes, he's averaging 7.7. The longest pass of the season for Purdy, 76 versus 54. And actual rating here, overall rating, 100.5 versus 88.9. So again, I'm looking for Purdy to keep his poise, control the offense and the flow, get things going. I know he got it. This is going to be a good game for us, right? Now, in terms of season leaders, you'll know here for our Niners, of course, Brock has 1629. Jordan Mason has 609 rushing yards for the year. Juan Jennings is our leading receiver at 404 total yards. Tackles, right? Fred Warner, of course, has 50. And Fred Warner has 2 interceptions leading our team. Now, in terms of passing yards, we're second place, averaging 262 passing yards per game, which is dope. Rushing yards, we're third, averaging 158. So we're doing our thing on offense, right? Now, again, giving up points and scoring points. So for points for, we are averaging again 27, tied for 8th. Points again, giving up points, 21.7. We're in 12th place. Now, in terms of the Chiefs, Mahomes 1235 for passing yards, rushing yards, Kareem Hunt 171, receiving yards, Rashid Rice 288, tackles Nick Bolton 38, right? Interceptions Brian Cook 1. Now for their passing yards, they're in 9th place, averaging 236.8. Rushing yards 117.8 for 16th place in the league. Scoring 23.6, they're in 15th place. And points for, they're giving up only an average of about 17, so they're in 6th place right now. So it's going to be a good matchup, guys. So again, based on the schedule, if you guys see, right, it's going to get tough. So every game is a must win if we're going to control the NFC West to make sure that we get home field advantage in the playoffs. Every game is a must win. So we got the Chiefs, right? The next week, it's Cowboys at Levi's. Then we finally get our bye. So maybe we're going to start seeing players come back like John Feliciano. He should be getting ready to come back either by the Cowboys game or by Tampa, right? Which would be great for our offensive line. Dre Greenlaw could be coming back soon. That's going to be huge for our defense, right? CMC could be coming back soon. That would be huge on our offense, right? So things are going to be getting better as our team continues to get healthy. So I pray that our team stays healthy. We're able to work as a unit, and it's going to be a wild season, right? I mean, we're close to the halfway point. But as you notice, we got Chiefs, Dallas, Tampa, right, at Tampa. Then Seattle comes here. We play them, so we got to take that game again. Then we fly out to Green Bay, which in November, late November, it's going to be really tough, right? It's going to be cold, right? Buffalo, December 1st. It could snow at that point. So those are 2 road games that are going to be tough. Then we come back, face the Bears, right? And Bears are good. They're not a slouch. Can't sleep on the Bears, right? And then we got to win that game in Levi's, right? Against the Rams. We got to take one back from them. We fly out to Miami in December. Then the big game right there, Monday Night Football, right? Where the Lions come to Levi's. It's a playoff rematch there. So that's huge. And then we end out the season with the Cardinals going to Cardinals or Arizona. And that's a game that we got to take because, Cardinals beat us at 1 point. So that these are all must win, according to me. I believe so. The quick hot take of of the day is going to be: should the Niners trade for Max Crosby? And the reason why I bring that up is, and a lot of people are talking about it, right? And it makes sense since Devontae Adams was traded to the Jets. It appears that the Raiders could be in sell mode, right? So they're trying to, offload their assets and then build for the future in terms of draft picks. So in terms of the compensation that the Raiders received for Devontae Adams trade, I think it was a comp pick, so it could range anywhere from a second round pick up to a fourth, I believe. It just depends on how well the Jets do. If they make the playoffs, goes up right to a third or a second, and then if Devontae Adams makes a first team or second team, right? So all those could play out in the Raiders' favor. So in terms of Max Crosby, if the Jets are able to trade a comp pick to get Adams, I'm sure we could give up like a third rounder. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Would you guys be willing to trade for Max Crosby? And just imagine the defense with Max Crosby opposite of Bosa, right? Then if either needs a rest, we could then sub in Leonard Floyd, who's a beast as well. So we're nonstop getting after the quarterback. And one thing that I really admire about Max Crosby is he has that motor that just doesn't stop. He just goes from whistle to whistle, right? And that is so dope to see. So I think that the Niners should give it a shot. John Lynch, like why not? Let's just see what we can do. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, right? So that brings us to the end of the show. So like I said, you guys made it this far. I thank you for that. It helps my channel grow. So at the end of the show, I always try to leave a positive affirmation because it's so easy to think negative in our life, right? Wherever we live around the world, wherever you're watching this around the world, I'm sure negativity is just so easy to find, right? But in order for us to succeed, to be better, right? To have peace, we got to think of the positive things in life, not what we don't have, but what we do have. Appreciate family, appreciate yourself, love yourself, right? So in this positive affirmation, because today is the beginning of whatever I want. I want you guys to think of that because whoever is watching this and they're like, man, I want that job. I want to be able to do this for my family. See myself doing this in 10 years, then do it. You guys could do it. I mean, for me, it was hard work. I was working those temp jobs, right? At that time, back in the day in 2013, right? I was working hard because I had my daughter at the time. She was about like 2 or 3. And it was tough. It was tough, right? But I decided I got to go back to school, right? I got my foot in the door. Got my foot in the door in a great company, working customer service, and then I just applied internally um, for like cybersecurity, and I got my foot in the door, and I was blessed to get that position. So I love what I do, right? And I just want you guys to know, like, work hard for it. Don't listen to the outside noise. There's so many people that could think negative against you, but if you really believe in yourself and you do it, nothing can stop you. With everything is going to be a blessing. And I am so grateful for the blessings that God gave me. So again, believe in yourself, love yourself. Tell your inner circle, your people, your family, your friends, tell them you love them. Right? You're never guaranteed anything. I'll tell you this much, right? Speaking from my experience, right? Like last week was my birthday. The week before was my mom's birthday, right? And during this time in the beginning of October, I was driving home on a freeway, right, in the Bay Area, 880. And I was driving the car that I always love, right? I had an Alfa Romero, right? And it's a fun car, right? Called her Alondra. When I was driving home, caught on fire. It was crazy. It just started smoking. Except the freeway, smoke started coming out. I saw like an orange flicker. I was like, oh shoot. So I go in a parking lot, park, see the orange flame start getting bigger. So I opened the hood and then my whole engine caught on fire. So it was crazy. And it made me think like, man, life is so precious, guys, because God forbid, right? Could have been driving with somebody in the car. Could have had my kids in the car. Could have had my wife in the car, right? Could have had friends. Whoever could have been with me in the car. But I was by myself and like could have caught on fire. Like it could have like really got really bad, like extreme flames. I can only imagine. And then like, me trying to exit, and then I could have got into a car wreck. So I'm just grateful for everything. I'm grateful for life. So that's why I'm saying, like, guys, just think positive, be grateful for what you have. I'm just thankful that I'm still here, got my family, I'm doing what I love. I love sports. So yeah, again, just make sure that you guys just wake up, you control your destiny, believe in yourself, right? Be positive and be kind to people. COVID took us away from saying hi to neighbors, right? We all stick to ourselves, we're in our little bubble. But I'm like thinking, when I grew up, I always saw my parents, and especially my dad, say hi to neighbors, even people he didn't know around the neighborhood. When I grew up in San Jose, right? Now it's not like that. Everyone just keeps to themselves, and that's unfortunate. So let's bring that back, guys. Come on, it starts with all of us. So if you guys see other Niner fans, other sports fans, say what's up. Let's just take care of each other. So again, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Gonna have a fun doing this stuff. I would have recorded this last Thursday for the Niners game, but daughter and I went to the season opener for the Sharks, so I'm gonna be creating that video soon. All right, so Celebrini is the real deal. I'm excited for the Sharks as well. They're doing their thing. It's a struggle right now, but hey, the expectations are not that high right now, but we're gonna get there. So again, you guys just do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. With that, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
For the bag, got a trunk full of weed and a bottle full of drink. Yeah, I'ma do it for the bag, got a trunk full of weed and a bottle full of drink. Yeah, I'ma do it for the bag, got a trunk full of weed and a bottle full of drink. Yeah, I'ma do it.